This week, we highlight another life well lived. The coronavirus is taking a big toll on our country's military veterans, with many long-term care facilities ravaged by the disease. The incredible, heartbreaking story of one decorated World War II veteran spans a century and 2 global pandemics. Philip Kahn was born a twin and the son of a baker in New York City on December 5, 1919, in the middle of the influenza pandemic that eventually killed 50 million people around the world. Philip's twin brother Samuel was one of them. The infant boy caught the flu and died just weeks after birth. Philip grew up to serve during World War II in the United States Army Air Force, where he was an engineer and a co-pilot. Kahn earned 2 Bronze Stars while fighting in the Pacific, including at the Battle of Iwo Jima. After the war, Kahn became an electrical foreman and, among many other projects, helped to build the World Trade Center in New York City. Philip remained active and lived on his own right through the end of his life. When he got sick a few weeks back, he suspected it was coronavirus. A test after his death confirmed that. Kahn's family says Philip always carried a hole in his heart about the loss of his brother, and he talked about Samuel often in his final days. Sergeant Philip Kahn, a hero of World War II, now reunited with his twin brother Samuel, died last week in Westbury, New York. He was 100 years old.